Hi everyone, so welcome to the new lecture of thermodynamics. So sorry for the delay, we have not been taking classes for the last 2-3 days, so again we are starting with this, and mostly from next week we will have the live classes for thermodynamics, right? So that's what we are planning. Okay, so we started solution thermodynamics and we completed what? An introduction class was over and we have started with Maxwell relation, right? Maxwell relations are also completed. Now in the first chapter we have some other relations, right? हमारे पास और भी equations है like Clapeyron equation, Clausius-Clapeyron equation, right? So and in the first class I told we have some other two relations like Troughton's rule is there, Watson's rule is there, right? So these rules are helpful in finding some in solving some question. For example, आपके questions हो सकता है right gate में directly, right? If you remember the formulas of these equations, आपको directly solve कर सकता है, right? So other than knowing the formula, आपको पता होना चाहिए ये क्यों use हो रहा है, right? So why are we using this particular equation, that you should know, ठीक है? So then it will be easy for you to apply. Clear? So the first thing we are going to discuss is Clapeyron equation, right? So the first topic we have today is Clapeyron equation. Clapeyron equation or Clapeyron relation. Right? I hope this part is visible to you. Clear? So we are starting with Clapeyron equation, right? So Clapeyron equation. So Clapeyron equation predicts the dependence of equilibrium pressure, right? So it predicts the dependence of equilibrium pressure with temperature, right? So when two phases coexist in a system, simply the meaning is आपको हमेशा ये याद रख सकता है, सिंपल है, मतलब what is the importance of Clapeyron equation, तो वो तो मैं यहाँ पे लिख सकता हूँ, that is the relation between equilibrium pressure with temperature when two phases coexist, right? So meaning क्या है, सिंपल है, मतलब आप हमेशा ये याद कर सकते हैं, that is you have some pure component, right? Single component. I am saying water, for example you are having water, right? You are having water, and if the pressure is 1 atm, right, what will be the boiling point of water? It will be 100 degrees Celsius, or what we can say, water in liquid phase and vapor phase, that is water vapor and water will coexist in equilibrium only at what? 1 atm. If the pressure, if I set it as 1 atm, the temperature will automatically become what? 100 डिग्री सेल्सियस. ये तो हमेशा हम आपको पता ही है, राइट? सो इसका रीजन क्या है? इफ यू रिमेंबर, आई होप यू रिमेंबर, दैट इज वाटर एंड वाटर वेपर को एक्सिस्ट इन इक्विलिब्रियम, और दिस विल बी इन फेस इक्विलिब्रियम ओनली एट 1 atm एंड 100 डिग्री सेल्सियस. दैट इज अगर मैंने 1 atm फिक्स करता है, राइट, इफ आई फिक्स 1 atm प्रेशर, ऑटोमेटिकली माई टेम्परेचर विल बिकम 100, राइट? इफ यू सी, by calculating degrees of freedom, what is degrees of freedom equation? C minus P plus 2. How many components are there? One component, that is water, pure water. How many phases are there? Phases are 2 plus 2. So what is the meaning? Degree of freedom is 1. What is the meaning of degree of freedom is equal to 1? That is, to fix the phase, right? To fix the phase we need only one component, right? We need only one property. What can be that property? What is that intensive property? It can be either temperature or pressure. We don't need temperature and pressure to fix the system, right? We don't need temperature and pressure. We need either temperature or pressure, because temperature and pressure both are dependent in this case. लेकिन इस केस में, same case, if I take water at 20 degrees Celsius, what will be the degrees of freedom? Degrees of freedom will be equal to, again, degrees of freedom is number of component is 1, water. What are the number of phases? 1 plus 2. So you will have degrees of freedom 2. The meaning is what? If you know water at 20 degrees Celsius, you will never know what are the properties of water, right? Because it is not available. You have to fix both. Temperature is 20 degrees Celsius, and you should give him the details about pressure also. That is, pressure can be any value, right? Water can exist at 20 degrees Celsius, 40 degrees Celsius, 60 degrees Celsius at different pressures, right? That is, if you fix temperature, that will not fix the pressure, because water is in liquid state now. Clear? So the pressure can be any value. So here temperature and pressure are independent, right? Here temperature and pressure are independent in case of a single phase system, but in case of a two phase mixture, right, two phase system, we can say your temperature and pressure both are dependent. That is, if you fix automatically, if you fix for example 1.1 atm is your pressure, then automatically your temperature will, what will be the temperature? Boiling point will increase, so I can say it is almost 105 degrees Celsius, approximately I am saying, right? So if you fix the temperature, automatically pressure will also be fixed, or if you fix the pressure, automatically temperature will also be fixed, right? Now what is the meaning, right? What is the meaning? So why we are using Clapeyron equation? We want to find the relation between what? This temperature and pressure. हमें पता है, right? That is, for this case, normal boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius at 1 atm. ये तो सबको पता है, राइट? सो वी नो 1 atm प्रेशर के लिए हमारा बॉइलिंग पॉइंट होता है 100 डिग्री सेल्सियस, और हमारा जो इक्विलिब्रियम वेपर प्रेशर इज, इफ इट इज 1 atm, इक्विलिब्रियम वेपर प्रेशर 1 atm, द टेम्परेचर विल बी 100 डिग्री सेल्सियस. नो, एवरीबॉडी नो दैट. लेकिन इसके आगे किसी को पता है? फॉर एग्जाम्पल एट 1.5 atm what is the value of temperature, right? So for calculating these things, that is other than this pressure and temperature, we need what? We need some equations, right? We need to find some relation, right? सबको पता है, if the vapor pressure is increasing, right, your temperature, the boiling point will also increase, right? If you go to mountain, what will happen? If you go to mountain, your boiling point will decrease because your atmospheric pressure is decreasing, right? Same way in a pressure cooker, what happens in a pressure cooker? We are increasing the pressure, so your boiling point will also go up, right? So these things already you know. So same way, how to find the relation between the equilibrium vapor pressure and temperature, that we need to calculate. For that calculation we are using what? Clapeyron equation. So remember this in your mind all the time, right? That is very simple here, right? You know 100 degrees Celsius is the temperature, but what will be the pressure corresponding to that? 1 atm. Same way for 1.5 atm, what will be the temperature? Clear? So these things, for understanding these things, we need what? Your Clapeyron equation, right? So Clapeyron equation predicts the relationship between these two values, right? Clapeyron equation predicts the relation between these two values. Simple, right? I hope you understood. So how are we predicting this? That is a question, right? How are we predicting this? That is a question. For that you have, right, for finding that you have what? You have a Maxwell relation. Which relation? So I'm starting with this. You have this equation, right? dA is equal to minus S dt minus PD. So what will be the Maxwell relation from this particular relation? Very simple here. That is entropy dou S divided by dou V at constant temperature is equal to dou P divided by dou T at constant volume. Minus minus cancelled out. So this is one relation you have. Because why I am writing this relation? Because we need what? Pressure to temperature relation, right? We need the relationship between pressure to temperature. Clear? So this is what we need. Up to this, okay. Now, right, up to this particular thing, everything is okay. I hope it is visible. So just now I told, right, what are the consideration? What is our consideration? हमारा consideration तो ये है, that is you have a one component, single component in liquid and vapor, right? So your pressure is a function of only what? Temperature, right? Pressure is only a function of temperature, because in this system your temperature and pressure are dependent. That already I have explained. So you can say instead of dou P by dou T, we can easily write what? It is dP by dt. In this case, if I apply to that particular case, will be equal to what? Right? Whatever entropy change during the vaporization process when liquid becomes vapor, divided by what is this? This will be delta V, right? During the phase change, temperature is constant, no problem. Delta S by delta V. What is this delta V? Your delta V will be volume of the vapor phase minus specific volume of the liquid phase. Same thing, right? Vg minus Vl, right? So this is what happens in vaporization, right? So no problem. Now, if you remember the equation, what is ds? ds is, you know, it is del q divided by T, right? What will be the heat transferred during vaporization process? It will be your enthalpy of vaporization, right? That is, whenever you have a vaporization process, right? Whenever you have a vaporization process, what will be the heat transfer? It will be the enthalpy, right? That is the latent heat of vaporization. Clear? When the liquid is changing from liquid to vapor, what will be the heat transfer? You can substitute it as what? Like this. That is, this delta S will become delta H divided by temperature, delta H by T, right? From that particular equation into delta V. So your equation for dP by dt will be equal to what? Delta H divided by T delta V, right? Delta H divided by T delta V, where this delta H you can write, it is your heat of vaporization. Heat of vaporization, or enthalpy or heat of vaporization, both are same, right? So the meaning is what? This is the amount of heat transferred during vaporization, right? So this is the amount of heat, that is, when the liquid becomes vapor, there should be some heat transfer, right? Right? There should be some heat absorption. So that value is what? Delta H. Clear? So delta H divided by T into delta V. So this will be the equation, and this equation is known as what? Your Clapeyron equation, right? So please write it. So this is the equation known as Clapeyron equation. So the question is, क्या यूज है ये इक्वेशन का? क्या यूज है? व्हाट इज द यूज ऑफ दिस क्लैपेरॉन इक्वेशन? सिंपल है, दो यूजेस है, राइट? मतलब फर्स्ट यूज इज, आपको अगर प्रेशर टेम्परेचर वेरिएशन, राइट, मतलब ये जो डिपेंडेंस आपको पता है, dP by dt आपको पता है, तो यू कैन कैलकुलेट द वैल्यू ऑफ व्हाट? हीट ऑफ वेपराइजेशन, right? That is, if you know the variation, that is how the pressure is changing with respect to temperature, you can find the heat of vaporization. Opposite being, right? So these are the two things given in your book, right? One, if you know delta H, you can find the variation, how it is changing. If you know this, you can find this, right? Very simple. Now we have what? Now we have the second type of relation, that is Clausius or Clausius-Clapeyron equation, right? Clausius-Clapeyron equation. So we are moving to our second equation, that is Clausius-Clapeyron equation. Now, what is the speciality, right? What is the speciality of Clausius-Clapeyron? It's a very simple, same thing. In the same equation, what we are saying is, right, if we are not so close to our critical point, right? हम अगर आपका, what is the meaning of critical point? This is the critical point. Temperature volume diagram. This point is your critical point, right? ये होता है आपका critical point. That is, if our pressure, right? If our pressure is not near the critical point, right? Whatever we consider is not near the critical point. Normally, in the neighborhood of the critical point, we will see non-ideality, right? Non-ideal behavior, and in this region, that is here, and all, we can see what? The ideal behavior, right? So when this happens, right? When this happens, if the pressure is not near, if we are not near the critical point, we can say what? Delta V, we already written, it is gas volume minus liquid volume. So here we can see, if you consider this line, this is what? This is the volume of the liquid, this is the volume of the gas. Clear? In our pure substance diagram, if you remember. So if it is not near the critical point, this Vg minus Vl, we can approximate it as what? Volume of gas, because the vapor's volume will be very, very high compared to what? The liquid volume. Simple, right? Because you can see this value will be very, very low compared to Vg. So by taking that assumption, we can say delta V, we can substitute it as what? Vg. And since it is not near the critical point, assume, right? Assume vapor as ideal. Vapor को ideal मान लो. So what will happen? This volume of the gas, if I take it as ideal, I can substitute it as what? RT by P. Simple. right? I can substitute it as what? RT by P. So to denote it as vapor pressure, I am adding, right? I am adding saturation pressure, S, that's all. Right? To understand it is a vapor pressure, right? It is a vapor pressure because we are considering only vapor now, right? So substitute in this equation. So I am saying D into, since we are writing about saturation pressure or vapor pressure, so dPs divided by dt is equal to delta H divided by T into, instead of delta V I am substituting what? Volume of vapor phase. What will be the volume of vapor phase? Just now we have written saturation pressure divided by temperature is equal to delta H divided by, instead of Vg substitute this, so it will become what? RT square into this. This will be the relation. So take this side. What will be the equation? dPs divided by Ps is equal to delta H by RT square dt. यहाँ तक तो ठीक है. Now you can see here, this is what? dPs divided by Ps. What is the differentiation of d by dP of ln P? What is the differentiation? This is 1 by P, right? Differentiation of ln P is 1 by P. So if I multiply 1 by P with dP, can I write it as what? D ln P. So you can see here, right? 1 by P multiplied by dP, I am writing this term as what? You can see here, this will be d ln P will be equal to what? dP by P. So this term you have to remember this, okay? That is, ये हमारा solution termों में throughout the subject use होने वाला है. d by dP of ln P is equal to 1 by P. So 1 by P multiplied by dP, always dP by P you can substitute it as what? d ln P. So ये substitute कर लो, आपको क्या आ जाएगा? d ln P divided by dt is equal to what? delta H by RT square. तो ये हो गया आपका Clausius-Clapeyron equation. Clear? So this is your Clausius-Clapeyron equation. Clear? I hope यहाँ तक ठीक है. Now the same equation integrate कर लो for two different temperature, two different vapor pressure. Integrate कर लो, क्या आ जाएगा आपको? That is d ln Ps is equal to delta H by RT square dt. Integrate this from, when temperature is T1, let the vapor pressure is P1s. Temperature is T2, vapor pressure is P2s. Integrate it. If you integrate, क्या आ जाएगा आंसर? It will be, this term will become what? ln of P2s divided by P1s is equal to what? Delta H, अगर we are taking it as constant, right? Our assumption is the delta H will not change in this range T1 to T2. Obviously the value will be different here, but we are taking in the range T1 to T2, delta H is a constant. So if you can take it outside, so that will become what? Delta H by R 1 by T1 minus 1 by T2. So this relation is useful for finding the second vapor pressure for a temperature, right? तो इसके ऊपर आपको क्वेश्चन हो सकता है, right? मतलब आपको तो हमेशा एक वैल्यू तो आपको पता है ना, that is 100 degree Celsius, that is T1. if T1 is 100 degree Celsius, what is P1 is 180 है, वो तो आपको पता ही है, right? That is, if you see, if T1 is, for water I am saying, okay, if T1 is 373 Kelvin, आपको ऑलरेडी पता है what is the value of P1s. This will be what? This will be 101.3 kilopascal. यहाँ तक तो आपको ऑलरेडी पता है, normal boiling point of water. So if they are asking the value of P2s for a different temperature, how can you calculate? Easy. Substitute in this equation, आपको खाली delta H की जरूरत है, right? So remember this and try to find it. So whenever you calculate, always check the unit should match, right? Delta H R, so here it is unitless, right? Here it is unitless, so here also it should be unitless. Clear? So आपको unit हमेशा ध्यान में रखना चाहिए, right? So this is the case for what your Clausius-Clapeyron and Clapeyron. We will do some problems. Before that हमें एक दो law और discuss करना है, right? So same way, I hope you understood. So आपके जो gate में, right, so far in gate ये दो equations के base पे ही questions आया है, right? Clapeyron and Clausius-Clapeyron के base पे questions आया है. But in PSU you have previously you have questions from two more rule. वो दो rule और हम देख लेंगे, because other than gate in other exams or test series ये रूल्स के ऊपर क्वेश्चन आ सकता है, राइट? सो दीज टू रूल्स इज वेरी सिंपल, आपको बस इक्वेशन याद रखना है, राइट? एंड इफ यू नो हाउ टू सब्स्टिट्यूट इट विल बी वेरी सिंपल, ठीक है? तो टू इक्वेशंस है, राइट? इट विल बी इजी टू रिमेंबर. वी आर नॉट गोइंग इनटू डिटेल बिकॉज गेट में अब तक क्वेश्चन नहीं आया है, राइट? सो दैट्स द ओनली रीजन वी आर नॉट गोइंग इनटू डिटेल. सो आई विल एक्सप्लेन द इक्वेशन हियर. फर्स्ट वन इज Trotton's rule. Right, one equation is Trotton's rule. So what is the equation, right? So what is the equation is very simple here. That is delta H divided by normal boiling point into R is approximately equal to 10. Right, this is the equation. Or same equation here, delta H by Tn, if I am writing it as delta S of the system, right? That is your entropy of vaporization, right? So if it is an entropy of vaporization, so I can say this will be approximately equal to 85 to 86, right? That is, if you multiply R is what, 8.314, right? 8.314, if you multiply by 10 you will get almost this particular value. It is 85 to 88, right? The unit is joule per mole Kelvin. You will be getting this same value, joule per mole Kelvin. This is approximate value we are saying, right? Approximate value we are saying. So you can write this equation first. So based on this, by giving you some normal boiling point, they can ask this question. By giving delta H Tn, they can ask this question, right? So because we don't have any questions so far, so you can see, write entropy of vaporization. Entropy of vaporization is almost a same value, right? Entropy of vaporization is almost a same value. That is, what is the importance of this equation? It gives a rough estimation of heat of vaporization. It gives a rough estimation of heat of vaporization in case of pure liquids. In case of pure liquids at their normal boiling point. At their normal boiling point. ठीक है ना? So ये वैल्यू 85 to 88 यूज करके आप आपका डेल्टा H कैलकुलेट कर सकता है ना, राइट? डेल्टा H by using what? Your normal boiling point. Simple. Clear? So this is the meaning. This is the meaning. So this equation you can remember, that's all, right? Now the second relation you have is Watson's rule. The problem is we don't have any questions in gate based on this, right? You can remember this, right? So what is the problem in that? Clear? So the second equation is delta H2 divided by delta H1. Right, that is in two cases, right? So we are talking about two cases. This will be equal to 1 minus reduced temperature 2 divided by 1 minus reduced temperature 1 whole power 0.38. Reduced temperature 2 divided by reduced temperature 1 whole power 0.38. I hope you know what is reduced temperature. Reduced temperature is equal to temperature divided by temperature at critical temperature. ठीक है? So based on this also they can ask question. So इसके ऊपर हम questions करेंगे, right? So no problem, don't worry. We will do question based on this Watson's rule and Clapeyron equation, Clausius-Clapeyron equation, we will do problems, and we have some gauge problems from Clapeyron equations, so that also we will do. ठीक है, तो ये दोनों equations आपको याद रखना है. I will explain this Watson's rule with a problem. ठीक है, so don't worry. Clear? So these are the topics we have. Now we'll see the problems. Okay, I hope up to this is fine. Yes, 0.38, that is correct. I'm writing the first question, right? So this is calculate the, right, the question is, you can see, calculate the vapor pressure of water, calculate the vapor pressure of water at 363 Kelvin, right? Calculate the vapor pressure of water at 363 Kelvin. If vapor pressure of water at 373 Kelvin is 101.3 kilopascal, the mean heat of vaporization in this temperature range is given 2275 kilojoule per kg, right? Mean heat of vaporization in this temperature range is given 2275 kilojoule per kg. So how to solve? So we have the equation, right? Very simple. हमें दिया है vapor pressure of water at 100 degree Celsius is 1 atm, same thing दिया है. ठीक है, तो आपको कैलकुलेट करना है 363 केल्विन पे. ठीक है, सो ऑब्वियसली आपका जो वेपर प्रेशर का आंसर आना चाहिए, that value should be less than this, क्योंकि if you decrease the temperature, obviously आपका vapor pressure भी नीचे आना चाहिए. Logic, right? Apply the logic. अगर आपके पास 4 options है, right? So if there is only one option less than this pressure, that will be the answer. Very simple. ठीक है, so logic, you should apply the logic. So हम equation देख सकते हैं. Which equation? Simple. Clausius-Clapeyron equation you have. What is the equation for Clausius-Clapeyron? ln of P2s divided by P1s is equal to delta H by R into 1 by T1 minus 1 by T2. You know all the value here. ठीक है, values तो सब आपको पता है. That is ln of what is P2s? हमें calculate करना है vapor pressure at what temperature? 363. What is P1s? P1s आपको पता है 101.3 kilopascal. No need to change it because ये रेशियो है ना, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, राइट? इक्वल टू, ठीक है, इक्वल टू डेल्टा एच का वैल्यू क्या दिया है? 2275 डिवाइडेड बाय आर इज 8.314 मल्टीप्लाइड बाय T1 क्या है? T1 इज 373. ठीक है, 373 तो है, हाँ, T1 माइनस 1 बाय 363. सॉल्व कर लो एंड फाइंड द आंसर. लेकिन मैंने बोला था आपको whenever you substitute this, आपको यूनिट्स चेक करना बहुत जरूरी है, क्योंकि डेल्टा एच का यूनिट क्या है? किलो जूल पर केजी. व्हाट इज द यूनिट ऑफ 8.314? आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पे, किलो जूल पर केजी डिवाइडेड बाय व्हाट इज द यूनिट ऑफ दिस 8.314? इट कैन बी किलो जूल पर किलो मोल केल्विन. ठीक है, मल्टीप्लाइड बाय व्हाट? यहाँ पे 1 बाई केल्विन आ जाएगा, केल्विन कैंसिल हो गया, किलो जूल भी कैंसिल हो गया. सो योर आंसर इज कमिंग इन व्हाट? किलो मोल पर केजी, राइट? राइट हैंड साइड का यूनिट क्या आ रहा है आपका? इट इज किलो मोल पर केजी. यू कैन नॉट हैव दैट यूनिट, क्योंकि यहाँ पे यूनिट लेस आना चाहिए ना. सो टू मेक दिस टर्म यूनिट लेस, आपको मल्टीप्लाई करना पड़ेगा विथ मोलिकुलर वेट ऑफ वाटर, 18. So if you multiply here with 18, molecular weight का यूनिट क्या है? किलोग्राम पर किलोमोल. तो क्या हो जाएगा? kg कैंसिल्ड आउट, किलोमोल कैंसिल्ड आउट, केल्विन कैंसिल्ड आउट, किलोजूल कैंसिल्ड आउट. तभी आपका आंसर करेक्ट आएगा, राइट? अदरवाइज योर आंसर विल नॉट मैच. सो लेफ्ट हैंड साइड, राइट हैंड साइड, यूनिट शुड बी सेम. ठीक है, सो टू मेक द यूनिट करेक्ट वी आर मल्टीप्लाइंग विथ 18. सो यूनिट ऑफ दिस डेल्टा एच टर्म इज मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट टू यू. क्लियर? आई होप यू अंडरस्टूड. right? Up to this is no problem. So find this. Clear? So those who have problems, so you can, or simple, you can take this R as what? Ru by molecular weight, right? Universal gas constant 8.314 divided by molecular weight. Same thing, same way you will get the answer. So the answer is 70.39. Right, you will be getting the answer. 70.39 will be the answer for P2 power S. So calculate this. So this was the question based on what your Clausius-Clapeyron equation. Clear? So same type of questions और भी है आपके gate में भी. So try to solve it. Easy, simple kind of questions are there, right? So try to solve it. Let me check any other questions. So, next question. So question is, given latent heat of vaporization, given latent heat of vaporization of water at 100 degrees Celsius as 2257 kilojoule per kg. ठीक है? So given the latent heat of vaporization of water, that is heat of vaporization of water is given at 100 degrees Celsius as 2257 kilojoule per kg, right? Now estimate the latent heat. Estimate the latent heat at 300 degrees Celsius. This is the question. So how to solve this? They have given the heat of vaporization, that is they have given delta H1 is given, what is that? 2257 kilojoule per kg at temperature T1, that is 100 degrees Celsius they have given. They are asking what is the latent heat of vaporization when temperature T2 is 300 degrees Celsius for water. This is the question. So how to find? So these kind of questions we have developed what? Watson's rule. ठीक है? तो ऐसे questions के लिए हमने Watson's rules develop किया है, that is delta H2 divided by delta H1. क्या है आंसर? This will be equal to what? 1 minus reduced temperature for the second temperature minus reduced temperature for the first temperature power 0.38. So how to calculate TR2? What is TR2? TR2 is T2 divided by critical temperature. TR1 is T1 divided by critical temperature. What is T2? T2 तो हमें पता है 573 Kelvin because 300 degrees Celsius divided by critical temperature. T1 is what? 100 degrees Celsius, so it will be 373 divided by critical temperature. डेल्टा H1 तो आपके पास है, आपको कैलकुलेट क्या करना है? ओनली डेल्टा H2, एवरीथिंग यू हैव. ओनली आपके पास क्या नहीं है? यू डोंट हैव द क्रिटिकल टेम्परेचर. लेकिन एज ए केमिकल इंजीनियरिंग स्टूडेंट आपको ये याद रखना चाहिए व्हाट इज द क्रिटिकल टेम्परेचर ऑफ वाटर, राइट? व्हाट इज द क्रिटिकल टेम्परेचर ऑफ वाटर? एक ही टेम्परेचर होता है ना, सो यू हैव टू रिमेंबर द क्रिटिकल टेम्परेचर ऑफ वाटर ऑलवेज, देन ओनली वी विल बी एबल टू सॉल्व, राइट? सो ऑलवेज रिमेंबर द क्रिटिकल टेम्परेचर ऑफ वाटर, right? Your critical temperature of water is equal to 647 Kelvin, right? So remember this, the critical temperature of water will be 647 Kelvin. So sometimes आपका question में they can give it as a data, राइट लेकिन अगर वो नहीं दिया तो भी वी कैन नॉट कंप्लेन बिकॉज हमने क्रिटिकल पॉइंट पढ़ा है, राइट. सो यू नो, राइट, 22.01 मेगा पास्कल इज योर क्रिटिकल प्रेशर, यू नो दैट, बट टेम्परेचर भी आपको याद रखना है, राइट. सो 647 केल्विन इज दैट वैल्यू. तो बाकी तो कैलकुलेशन आप कर सकते हैं ना. TR2 कर लो, 573 डिवाइडेड बाई 647, TR1 373 डिवाइडेड बाई 647, TR1 भी आ जाएगा, TR2 भी आ जाएगा, डेल्टा H2 कैलकुलेट कर लो. ठीक है. सो फाइंड द आंसर विल बी ऑलमोस्ट 1372 पॉइंट समथिंग. डेल्टा H2 is 1372 something kilojoule per kg will be the answer. So solve it and find the answer. ठीक है. I hope up to this is fine. Next question, right? So let me write the next question here. So go through the gate questions as well after today's class, right? So just go through the gate questions as well. Next question, molar volume of, question is molar volume of, right, molar volume of an organic liquid, molar volume of an organic liquid, molar volume of an organic liquid at 300 Kelvin and 1 bar, at 300 Kelvin and 1 bar, right, 1 bar is 0.1 meter cube per kilomole, right, 0.1 meter cube per kilomole, and the coefficient of volume expansion is 1.25 into 10 power minus 3 Kelvin inverse. The question is, what would be the change in entropy, what would be the change in entropy if the pressure is increased to 20 bar? What would be the entropy, what would be the change in entropy if the pressure is, what would be the change in entropy if the pressure is increased to 20 bar? ठीक है. So why we what is the problem we have, right? तो एक ही टर्म हमें नहीं पता होगा, लाइक नॉर्मली, दैट इज वी हैव अ कंफ्यूजन इन कोएफिशिएंट ऑफ वॉल्यूम एक्सपेंशन. वो हमने डिस्कस नहीं किया है, लेकिन ये तो आपका ऑलरेडी हीट ट्रांसफर में कवर हो चुका है, राइट. ये तो ऑलरेडी आपका फ्लूइड मैकेनिक्स में भी कवर हो गया होगा, राइट. कोएफिशिएंट ऑफ वॉल्यूम एक्सपेंशन, आइसोथर्मल कंप्रेसिबिलिटी. तो मीनिंग क्या है, राइट. तो आपको याद होगा व्हाई वी हैव टर्म्स लाइक कोएफिशिएंट ऑफ वॉल्यूम एक्सपेंशन हो या कंप्रेसिबिलिटी हो, बल्क मॉडुलस हो, राइट. तो ये आपका फ्लूइड मैकेनिक्स में आपने कवर किया होंगे. दैट इज वॉल्यूम चेंजेस ऑफ ए फ्लूइड, राइट. दैट इज वी नीड सम प्रॉपर्टी. व्हाई वी नीड अ प्रॉपर्टी? बिकॉज हर फ्लूइड, राइट, विल बी बिहेविंग डिफरेंटली. दैट इज एवरी फ्लूइड बिहेव्स डिफरेंटली. ठीक है. सो दैट वी नीड अ प्रॉपर्टी. मतलब इफ यू कंप्रेस air and if you compress water, your change will be what? Different, right? If you compress air and if you compress hydrogen, the effects will be different. That is, we are interested to find the volume changes of fluids with changes in temperature and pressure. That is, your specific volume of a fluid is a function of both temperature and pressure. So when you study about pressure changes, right, that is when you study about the volume change with respect to temperature, आप pressure constant रखेंगे, right, and when you study volume changes with respect to pressure, आप temperature का constant रखेंगे, right. So whenever we talk about coefficient of volume expansion, what you are keeping constant? You are keeping pressure constant and you are discussing about what? Temperature. Volume change with respect to temperature. वो आप यूनिट के बेसिस पे फाइंड कर सकता है, राइट. व्हेन यू सी दिस इन केल्विन इनवर्स, आप ये समझ सकता है यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट वॉल्यूम चेंजेस विथ रेस्पेक्ट टू टेम्परेचर एट कांस्टेंट प्रेशर. राइट. सेम वे आपका कंप्रेसिबिलिटी या बल्क मॉडुलस के केस में क्या होगा? ऑपोजिट. वॉल्यूम चेंज वी आर डिस्कसिंग विथ रेस्पेक्ट टू प्रेशर एट कांस्टेंट टेम्परेचर. दैट्स व्हाई वी कॉल इट एज व्हाट? आइसोथर्मल कंप्रेसिबिलिटी. ठीक है, सेम थिंग. सो दिस वी विल डिस्कस इन फ्लूइड मैकेनिक्स इन डिटेल. सो व्हाट इज your coefficient of volume expansion equation? It is beta, if you remember. What is the equation for beta? If anybody remember, so you can write it minus 1 by v into dv divided by dt. This is your coefficient of volume expansion, right? This is your coefficient of volume expansion equation. That is, this is what is dv by v? It is the percentage change, or it is the change in volume. Right, it is the change in volume, right? dv by v, or percentage change, that is change divided by original volume. ठीक है, so dv by v divided by dt. So this is your equation for what? Right, this is your equation for beta. So this value is given to you. So substitute all the values given in this particular question. तो substitute किया तो क्या मिल जाएगा आपको? Beta is given 1.25 into 10 power minus 3 is equal to minus 1 divided by what is V? वॉल्यूम दिया हुआ है 0.1 मीटर क्यूब पर किलोमोल, राइट, मल्टीप्लाइड बाय व्हाट इज, वी डोंट नो व्हाट इज dV by dt. ये तो आपको नहीं पता है, राइट. सो व्हाट इज dV by dt? वी डोंट नो, नो प्रॉब्लम. वी आर इंटरेस्टेड टू कैलकुलेट व्हाट? वी आर इंटरेस्टेड टू कैलकुलेट द चेंज इन एंट्रोपी, राइट. सो फॉर फाइंडिंग चेंज इन एंट्रोपी, this is what? Whenever we talk about coefficient of volume expansion, this dV by dt will be in constant pressure. Simple. Now we need to find what? We need to find the change in entropy at constant temperature. Right? We need to find the change in entropy at constant temperature. Can we do that? Do we have any Maxwell relation? Right? Do we have any Maxwell relation which gives us the relation between these two and the next? You will have some equations, right? What are the equations? Check the Maxwell relation and find any relation. If I see what is the first Maxwell relation itself, du is equal to TdS minus PdV. So what is the Maxwell relation based on this? It is dou T divided by, right, dou T divided by, what will be your Maxwell relation? Dou T divided by dou V at constant entropy is equal to, right, dou T divided by dou V at constant entropy is equal to, what will be this? That is minus dou P divided by dou S at constant volume. This is one relation you are getting. Same way, check for all the Maxwell relation and find which will be useful. That is, we are having what? 4 fundamental property relation. There are 4 fundamental property relation here, right? So check which one will be the best, right, for this particular question, right? So based on that, write the equation. Simple, right? So we will see. So check all the equations we have. Like we are having 4 fundamental property relation, and always try to understand from the equation we need how to find the fundamental property relation. For example, what is the fundamental property relation for Gibbs free energy? dg is equal to vdp minus sdt, right? We need dou v by dou t, right? So from this itself you can find it. That is dou v by dou t at constant pressure. That is, you have this dv by dt at constant pressure, right? This will be equal to what? Minus dou s by dou p at constant temperature. So what will be the next step? Easy. Next step is, instead of this dv by dt, you can substitute this, right? Simple. We have what? Minus dv by dt. So if I multiply with minus here, this will become plus. Now what will be beta? So you have the equation for beta now. You have the equation for beta, very simple. 1 by v into, instead of minus dv by dt at constant pressure, I am substituting what? It will be delta S divided by delta P at constant temperature. Very simple. You need what? Entropy change, delta S. All the other value you are having. What is beta? Beta you know, V do you know? Beta is what? 1.25 into 10 power minus 3 is beta. Multiplied by volume, volume is 0.1 into, what is the pressure change? Pressure change is 20 bar minus 1 bar is the pressure change. So that will give you delta S. Check the units, okay? Convert bar into Pascal and all and find the answer of delta S. Easy. So do the calculation. I hope all of you are getting. The answer is 0.2375 joule per mole Kelvin. Delta S answer will be 0.2357 joule per mole Kelvin. I hope everybody is getting the answers. Clear? So only change on how to calculate this question is very simple. You have the equation for beta. You have the equation for beta that you will study from your fluid mechanics or heat transfer or thermodynamics, doesn't matter, right? Yeah, because this beta is useful in what? In your natural convection, right? Natural convection में आपने किया होगा, right? So after this, for this term, you need what? You need a Maxwell relation, right? So आपको याद होगा, right? Maxwell relation के derivation के time पे मैंने बोला था, that is to replace your unknown quantity, that is we don't know this quantity, so we are replacing with another quantity that we know already, right? Okay? So we need to find the entropy change, right, with respect to pressure, right, with respect to pressure when pressure is increased from 1 bar to 20 bar at constant temperature, dou S by dou P at constant temperature. We don't know the volume change with respect to temperature at constant pressure. हमें नहीं पता है, right? How volume is changing with respect to temperature at constant pressure, we don't know. लेकिन हमें क्या पता है? We know the entropy change with respect to pressure at constant temperature. तो हमने replace कर दिया, ठीक है? तो बीटा का वैल्यू है, तो उससे हमारा डेल्टा एस आ गया, ठीक है? So I hope all of you are getting done. I hope all of you are getting the answer, right? That's all. So I hope all of you are getting. So that is the starting. That's all for today, right? So from next class, right? Next class, I don't know. Next will be on which day, right? Mostly this week or next week, right? We are starting thermodynamics live class in YouTube as well as live app, right? So in the live app, we will be starting fresh, right? It will be an elaborate course, right? It will not be a like short course like in YouTube, right? We don't have only 1 hour class. We will be having an elaborate class of 2 hours and we will be solving all questions in the class itself, right? And you have the workbook questions, so every questions are there, right? So those who are taken admission in the live class, right? So your live class will be starting from next week, right? So since the lockdown is lifted, okay? So now on, the classes will not be recorded, right? The classes will be available live in YouTube, right? So we'll be taking live classes. So we'll be having both live app and YouTube. So the remaining part we will be covering in YouTube, right? Don't worry of that also, that as well, right? Since we are starting directly in a live app, right? So in YouTube we will be uploading videos maybe in one day basis, right? Alternative day we will be adding the videos, right? So and in live app we are starting very soon live classes. And those who want to join the Telegram group, the link is available in the description. Please join, right? So the doubts will be covered there, right? You have the faculty's contacts also in that, right? We will be replying to all the doubts as well. Okay? So we are starting very soon live classes. Thank you very much. So we will see in the next class. Okay? So solve all the 8 problems. Thank you.